I've got the walls framed up and I got all the rafters put in. I've started wrapping. It's insulated. All screwed down. $9 door.
Oh, I can move it by myself.
This is trying to move the house with people power.
Oh yeah, I can do it. It ain't that bad. We can do it with enough. All right, now stop. Now you guys are gonna push. We're gonna pull. Oh, we're digging into the dirt. All right, me and you pick up.
So I've got the mini house, the tiny house, the little house right beside the tiny house. One is gray and one is clay. And I think my next step, I've got to do the electrical, but I don't want to do it in the sun. So I might load this baby up on the trailer, go find some shade to work in. Maybe even go ahead and put the portable air conditioner there, see how it cools. And by the way, the oldest girl, we had the little mini house here blocking the water heater, making it look a little better for the wedding. She's married now on the way to Canada, so nobody is living in the tiny house. But that's okay. So they've been sitting here chit-chatting since Saturday. I'm going to separate them for a while and do a little electrical. The good news is, there's no plumbing. The plumbing's done. I think I also need to move that truck out of the way to get the trailer into this area. Let's pull the truck up some. The trailer is in place. I'm gonna see if I can push the ramps under a little bit better. Get it a little bit closer. Alright, I've got it coming along in place. I'm gonna tighten it up and we're gonna see how hard this is gonna be. Well, we're gonna see how easy this is gonna be. And then with the invention of the wheel, the come along got so much easier. And with my rollers in place, it's almost too easy. We're on the balance point. We're on the point of balance. No, I'm not putting my hand under it. So before we get this house pulled all the way on the trailer, you'll notice there's no eye bolts back here to pull it back off with. And we're about to put two on. I would put one right in the center, but there's a board in the center. It won't go there. I don't want it offset. So I've got two matching. I'm just gonna put one on each side. I'm gonna drill a hole. I've got some washers to go behind the two before. And then here goes your eye bolt. That's what we're doing right now. So I've just laid out where the eye bolts go, and now it's just a matter of drilling and putting them in. So there we have it. Both eye bolts are in place and they are tight. Now I should be able to get back off the trailer. Want to see the underside? And that's what it looks like on the backside. On the underside, the under backside. Okay, the mini house is all loaded up. I think I'm gonna go for a drive. I will probably go a little farther onto the trailer once we go to maybe highway mode. But for now, and look at all the open space for, I don't know, camping supplies, coolers, bicycles. How am I gonna get a canoe on here? And it even has a back porch, which once I pull it up a little bit more, centered over the axles, there'll be a bigger back porch. It's about time to go do some electrical. Now if you're wondering, this wire was found in a dumpster, and yes, I'm using the little mini house. Might be enough to do the whole house. I just bought a bag of electrical supplies, $31 worth, but I hope to take some of that back. Let's go on the inside. Now I know right here by the door, that's where I want my light switch, maybe a receptacle, and then maybe, I don't know, maybe one in that corner, maybe one up in this corner, and then some kind of light up in the ceiling. We're done. I was thinking of putting a little sconce by the window. Maybe an outdoor light. Don't know yet. We'll work that bug out as we go. Something about like that. With a double plate, I could have two switches, inside, outside, or a switch and a receptacle. I'll let you know. And then up here by the front window, maybe a double receptacle there. And then on the other wall, and then on the little window side, maybe one right about here. I'm gonna quit talking about it and start working on it. So what's going on here, I'm gonna put this box under the eaves. This is gonna be where you plug the little house in. This is gonna go to some wires that go to the inside. Those two holes, they go to those two wires. So that's gonna be how we feed the inside some electricity. And I may even put a receptacle here in case you need some outdoor power. That is TBA. TBD, to be determined. So the boy, he is 14. He drew this little house on a piece of styrofoam. It's a pretty good little drawing of a little house, and I can use it for insulation. Update on the electrical, I've got the wire run to that box. It comes in from the outside. Here, let me show you that box first. That is the electrical box where the wires go into the little house, and the cord that goes down, that's where you plug the little house in. And once it comes in these two, it goes down to that receptacle. Then it goes up and over, across, and down into that receptacle. It then leaves that receptacle in the yellow wire, which I believe used to be an extension cord. And it flies all the way to the back, and that's where we get to the light switch. Now from the light switch, I have not left the light switch to go to the light yet. I think the light's going to be mounted up somewhere in that corner. I think I'll go to the store tonight and buy a light. And then I might also get a light for the outdoors. And when I get the outdoor light, it'll probably be the exact same one that the tiny house has. Here, let me show you that one. That's the outdoor light on the tiny house. That's Tiny House Part 1. Go back and watch it if you've not seen those episodes. Now if you're saying to yourself, hey man, I'd like to build a little playhouse camper like you built. What you got into it so far? About $500. And I made you a materials list. Oh, also, nails and screws, I used mostly leftovers from the tiny house. The house wrap, that was a tiny house leftover. The windows, tiny house leftover, bought that one. And here's that list. You could pause your YouTube right there if you want that list.